a little introduction of who I am and where I came from. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm out of shape, man. All right.
Oh boy, I know, seriously. Don't make people hate you.
Okay, so I was 16 when I got pregnant with my daughter, and that was definitely a struggle to rise above all the negativity that people threw my way. I mean, you would be surprised at all the negative and rude comments that I would get just leaving my house. But I graduated college with my associate's degree in psychology. I started school right after I had her because I refused to become another statistic. I never thought that I could be a mentor, an inspiration, or a leader. I was the one that was holding myself back, and I didn't even realize it. I have been through a near-death car accident, custody battles, an abusive relationship, all before the age of 21. We all have our own struggles, and we all have to figure out how to overcome them. I was previously with another direct sales company, actually Mary Kay. I had been with that company for about 3 years. I wasn't happy and I wasn't successful. My heart just was not in it. But it had nothing to do with the company, it had everything to do with me. In March 2014, I met Adriana. I added her on Facebook. I did her first in-home party with her, and I was hooked on the products. I watched her journey and knew that this company was for me. I joined September 29th, 2014, 1 month after I graduated college with my second associate's degree. I dove into this new company and was determined to be successful. When I joined, the company was so new that no one on my Facebook or any of my friends had ever even heard of the products, and that was just a little over a year ago. I consistently posted several times a day, but it still took 3 weeks for me to get my first sale. We didn't have any extra money, so I couldn't even order any products for myself. I actually had to sell items on the yard sale site just to get the $99 to join, but I didn't give up. I saw people around me being successful, and I knew that I could be too. In November, I hit yellow. I also did my first in-home party and had 3 beautiful ladies sign up. I fell short of fast start in December, and while I felt sad and discouraged, I quickly bounced back and moved on. In February, I hit pink, March I hit blue, and in September of 2015, I finally hit green. I contribute some of my success to networking, which is something that I really enjoy doing. Along the way, I have met so many amazing women and have been granted countless opportunities that never would have been possible without this company. What do you think of when you think of networking? Anybody? What do you think of?
Relationships.
Relationships? The definition of networking is to interact with other people, to exchange information, and develop contacts, especially to further one's career. Networking is a two-way street. We can't only think of ourselves, we must be genuine and care about other people as well. A lot of times we get so excited to talk to an individual about our products or the opportunity that we forget to let them speak as well. I will give you a couple examples of how networking has worked for me. I have to go back over to these notes. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to talk to you about with networking is add 10 to 15 new people a day on Facebook. Don't forget about Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest as well. We want to utilize every possible outlet that we can. So as soon as somebody accepts my friend request, I send them a message and just thank them for connecting. And if I see that they're with another direct sales company, I'll say, hey, I see you're with whatever. How long have you been with that company? And then I wait for them to reply. which they usually do because they're anxious to talk to me about their company. So after they reply, then I say, oh, that's so awesome. I've been with Unique for a little over a year. And then I wait for them to reply. But right there, that has opened the door for me to talk about Unique from my personal experience. I don't jump right in and talk to them about the product or about the opportunity unless they ask me. Because we want to build genuine relationships with people. We don't want to be a salesperson, and we don't want them to think that the only reason we added them is to get a sale.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching. All right. Okay, so now that they know that you sell these products, they're going to begin to watch you. And this is where it becomes so important for you to be consistent with your posting. Doing videos, Facebook Live, selfies, Periscope. You also want to post a good combination of business and personal as well, because we want to give people something to relate to. All right, the second thing I have learned about networking is referrals. Referrals are so important. You can create a referral program if you choose. That way you can say, I'll give you a free mascara if you refer 5 of your friends to me and they purchase something. Referrals are so important. Even if, okay, so you all know that you get added to 10,000 different groups a day. Usually the weight loss ones, It Works, Juice Plus, those kinds. But even if you're not interested in those products, that doesn't mean that someone else isn't. So it is extremely important to be polite to those people and just kindly decline, because you don't know if they have a friend who's interested in makeup and they're going to refer them back to you. And vice versa. If somebody you know that's interested in the 21-day fix, then you can refer them to that person. All right, the third thing I wanted to go over with you is order and party swaps. Find a reliable person and go and do an order or a party swap. You can agree on the price beforehand, and you both place orders on the other person's website. This not only helps them, but it helps you as well. Make sure this person is reliable before you order, but if something does go wrong, be the bigger person, exhaust every outlet to find out why that person didn't order from you before you just blast them all over Facebook, because that's only causing drama and that's going to look bad on you. All right. The fourth thing about networking is networking with other vendors at vendor events. Not every vendor event that you're going to do is going to be extremely successful. But if you walk around and talk to the different vendors, exchange your business cards, I can't tell you how many customers I have gained just from networking with other vendors.
Yes.
And I get orders.
Yes.
They'll be sitting beside me and we'll buy from each other right then and there. So not just because you're not getting a ton of people coming up to your table doesn't mean that the vendor event was a total bust. Make sure you're getting up, exchanging information, because you don't know when the next vendor show is going to happen and they're going to call you up. All right, I wanted to end with this. I'm not anyone special. I didn't have money to put into my business, but I refuse to let those doubts and fears hold me back anymore. Once I changed my mindset, I was able to hit green. I was able to quit my 9-to-5 job in September. You are unstoppable, and I tell all of my girls that they will be black status. And a quote that has always kind of stuck with me, and I actually got it tattooed on my shoulder, what if I fall? Oh, but my darling, what if you fly? You have no idea what the future is going to hold. So you want to make sure that you put everything into this business, because you never know when you're going to fly.